Student, now we will discuss about the Maxwell equations. As James Clerk Maxwell formulated the all basic principles of electricity and magnetism in terms of four fundamental equations called Maxwell electromagnetic equation. Maxwell introduced the concept of displacement current and time varying field. He stated that time varying magnetic field produces electric field and time varying electric field produces magnetic field, and therefore he modified the Gauss law, Faraday's law, Ampere's law by giving set of equations. These equation predicts the existence of EM wave, that is electromagnetic waves, and that such waves are produced or radiated by accelerated charges. Now we will see the differential form of Maxwell equation in time varying field. Okay, so these are the Maxwell differential equation. First equation, del dot D is equals to rho, or divergence of D is equals to rho. Second one is divergence of B is equals to 0, or del dot B is equals to 0. These two equations are called Gauss law in electrostatics, Gauss law in magnetostatics. If we put the value of D as epsilon naught E, where epsilon naught is the permittivity of the free space, we get another form of the first equation, that is divergence of E is equals to rho by epsilon naught. Third equation of Maxwell is del cross E is equals to minus del B of del T. Del cross E also can be written as curl of E, represent a curl of E is equals to minus del B of del T. This equation represents the Faraday's law. And fourth one is del cross H is equals to J plus del D of del T. If we put the B vector is equals to mu naught H and D is equals to epsilon naught E, we get another form of the equation. And this equation, the significance of this equation is Ampere's circuit law. Now, one by one, we are going to prove the Maxwell differential form of the equation. First one is del dot E is equals to rho by epsilon naught. To prove this equation, let's consider the Gauss law, that is the total flux at any surface is equals to 1 by epsilon naught times of total charge. So mathematically it can be written as E dot ds is equals to q by epsilon naught. Now what is q? Total charge. If rho is volume charge density, that is charge per unit volume, then the total charge can be written as triple integral rho dV. So in place of q, if we put triple integral rho dV, we will get second equation. Now from the Gauss divergence theorem. What is Gauss divergence theorem? According to Gauss divergence theorem, the divergence of volume integral of divergence of any vector, the volume integral of divergence of any vector is equals to the surface integral of that vector. So in equation 2, in place of E dot ds, we can put divergence of E dV triple integral. So by equation number 2 and 3, we get another equation, that is triple integral divergence of E dV is equals to 1 by epsilon naught triple integral rho dV. So here these two functions are equal, so divergence of E is equals to rho epsilon naught, and by using the relation D is equals to epsilon naught E, we get divergence of D is equals to rho, that is del dot D is equals to rho. Now the proof of second equation. According to Maxwell's second equation, del dot B is equals to 0, or divergence of B is equals to 0. If the number of magnetic lines or forces entering any closed surface is same as leaving it, जितने magnetic flux अंदर आ रहे हैं उतने ही बाहर जा रहे हैं, it means that flux of magnetic induction B vector across any closed surface is always 0. It means surface integral of B dot ds is 0. So according to Gauss divergence theorem, this surface integral can be written as divergence of B dV is equals to B dot ds. So if this value is 0, this is also 0. So divergence of B is equals to 0. That is del dot B is equals to 0. So this is the proof of Maxwell's second equation. Now about third equation.